Hi guys, it's me Lunar, welcome back to another PlayerUnknown's Battleground video for Xbox One. In this video today, we're looking at the different types of muzzle for your weapon. What are the different kinds, what can be equipped to what effects they have on each weapon, and generally what you should be on the lookout for when looting. Right now, many of us simply just equip the first muzzle we come across and stick with it, but they don't really know the exact difference between them if they have a choice. Well, I'm going to tell you in this video if you are unsure. Before we start, if you find the video useful, then hit the like button, it really does help my channel out. In PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, there are 11 different muzzles you can come across, and they are split into compensators, flash hiders, and suppressors. There's also one choke available for shotguns as well. I'm going to mention shotguns at the end. It only has one option for attachments, but I will still let you know exactly what it does. Let's look at the screen here. I've listed all available attachments and I'm going to go through them. It's important to know that many of the attachments have hidden effects that it doesn't mention in game, but are useful to know for helping you to decide which is best. I don't have a lot of gameplay footage in this one. I decided to have the screen this for the entire video mostly, as that way you don't even have to watch the video if you don't want to, but you can also come back to the video if you do watch it and just pause it and see all the information in one place. So first up, the suppressors. We're starting with these as they give you the same effect on every gun: snipers, including the VSS, assault rifles, SMGs, and pistols. The suppressor has three effects. It removes muzzle flash, reduces sound, and reduces deviation of the weapon. All weapons equipped with the suppressor will have a -5% to their deviation. What is deviation? Well, it's essentially a system that simulates extra inaccuracy whenever you hip fire or fire in third person, not when you're aiming down your sight. It's essentially the same as spread, and I will explain that later, but deviation is applied to third person only. So you are more inaccurate in third person than first person, as both weapon spread and deviation are applied to your accuracy. But anyway, all you really need to know is you will have 5% better aim in third person with a suppressor when hip firing, or firing while not aiming in third person, although I'm not sure why you would do that. The second effect the suppressor has is no muzzle flash. The thing is, it's not like the muzzle hider where you would assume that hides the muzzle flash. The suppressor completely removes the muzzle flash, and the flash hider only reduces it. But you would think it would be the other way around, but that is one nice perk of using a suppressor. Finally, the suppressor reduces the sound radius of your shots, making you harder to pinpoint. And the radius from which you will hear gunshots now are, for snipers, it's 700 meters where it would be 1000 before. Assault rifles is 350 meters where it was 700 meters before. And both pistols and SMGs go from 400 meters to 100 meters, which is very small. So that is the suppressors and its effects. Moving on to the flash hider then, and how does it compare and differ from the suppressor? First, it reduces the flash from your muzzle. It doesn't remove it like the suppressor, it only reduces it by around 70 or 75%, but it can still be seen. The second effect is it gives you to your weapon recoil. The flash hider reduces your recoil pattern by 10%. The recoil pattern is just how much your gun jumps around and moves when you auto fire, and you can see that with your weapon's recoil pattern, and you do that by auto firing or rapidly firing any weapon at a wall, and you will easily see what your spray pattern is. Now, your shots will be 10% less random with the flash hider equipped. On top of that though, the flash hider also gives you a 10% reduction in both horizontal recoil and vertical recoil, which makes the time for your crosshairs to reset back to default after firing a single round less, and it will also help you to control your weapon when auto firing. The problem with this one though is the 10% reductions are not quite high enough to be noticeable, not like say the final attachment, which is the Compensator. The Compensator, I think, is an amazing attachment for muzzles. It gives you a massive 25% reduction to recoil across any weapon it's attached to. If you auto fire, that's going to make a huge improvement to keeping your gun under control, as it will move around less and help you keep your bullets on target. For other adjustments, there are some differences between the weapon groups. Sniper rifles get a 20% improvement to both vertical and horizontal recoils. Whenever you fire a weapon, your recoil will be 20% less in all directions. For assault rifles, you get 10% reduction in horizontal recoil, 15% in vertical recoil, but this is the only weapon to get a 10% reduction to base spread from any muzzle. The spread base is the base stat for spread, and spread is best described as a distance of accuracy from a weapon from 100%. So a weapon with 100% accuracy will hit dead on the crosshairs where you're aiming. No weapon in the game has 100% accuracy, but each has a base spread, which is a percentage they deviate away from 100% accurate. For the Scarel, for instance, it has a base spread of 4, so if you fire at, say, a wall close range, a single bullet, the bullet will hit between dead on the crosshair and 4% away from it, because that's what the weapon's spread is. That's only your initial base spread. Loads of factors can alter it: rate of fire, distance, movements, and so on and so on. But the Compensator will reduce your initial accuracy of spread by 10%, so that's a good thing. And I hope all of that makes sense to you guys. Finally, SMGs, 20% reduction in horizontal recoil and minus 25% to vertical recoil. So that is all of the stats provided for the muzzles available in game, but what one should you equip to each type of weapon based on that info? Well, the flash hider, let's start with that one. It's useless. It doesn't hide your muzzle flash as much as a suppressor. It doesn't improve your recoil anywhere near enough to choose it over the suppressor, so let's forget about using it completely. Let's start with sniper rifles. For sniper rifles, many people think that the best thing to use would be the Compensator. It improves recoil and helps to aim. However, what a lot of people are not taking into consideration here is that recoil is not really a bad thing if you're firing single shots, aka using one of the game's bolt action sniper rifles. In PlayerUnknown's, your reticle resets back to the initial starting point after a very short while. You don't auto-fire a bolt action or fire it quickly, meaning you have plenty of time to fire, then let the crosshairs return to the original position before firing again. That makes, for the most part, a Compensator completely useless on a bolt action sniper, and so I would go with the Suppressor, as it keeps you far more hidden over the flash hider. Now that's not necessarily the case for the semi-automatic snipers, the SKS, the Mini 14, then yes, a Compensator is a great choice. You want to fire rounds off quicker. The huge reduction in recoil the Compensator offers is very tempting. The MK14 EBR, it can switch firing modes, so it's really your choice there. You can always carry both attachments if you've got them, and switch it up as you need them. So moving on to SMGs, it's Compensators all the way, minus Tommy Gun, as it can only equip a suppressor. While the suppressor's audio range is reduced to 100 meters, which is perfect for keeping you hidden in, say, the final circles, which makes it a good choice technically for the SMG, the huge 20% and 25% reductions to recoil are a better choice, as they make a huge difference when spamming the trigger, and allow you to be far more accurate when auto-firing. And auto-firing is essentially what makes SMGs deadly at close range, and equipped with the right other attachments, it can make some of the SMGs deadly at even mid-ranges. So there's no real reason to choose any attachment for an SMG over the Compensator. Finally guys, assault rifles, and the correct attachment really depends on what you're using it for and how good you are at shooting. SMGs are best at close range auto-fire, so a Compensator is best, and if you're using an assault rifle that way at close range, then of course a Compensator is a good choice. At longer ranges, mostly use a suppressor if you're firing single shots or burst fire slowly. It will keep you hidden, and as we've already discussed, the Compensator's recoil will be pretty useless for that, so use the suppressor if you're using your assault rifle for a more sniping role. The exceptions to all of this is if you are a really good player at shooting. If you can get kills at distance, then by all means equip the Compensator to the assault rifle so you can fast burst fire or even auto fire at longer ranges, but it's not worth giving away your position if you're not going to get the kill. So as I said, it really depends on what you're using the weapon for and how good you are at shooting. The one final attachment we need to mention is the shotgun choke. This offers a minus 18.2% shot spread and a plus 15.4% shot speed. Now, the shotgun spread is slightly different from other weapons. It has a base spread, which we talked about, how far off your shot is from the center of the crosshair. The shotgun also has a shot spread, which is how far the buckshot of the 12 gauge ammunition spreads out from each other over distance. The lower the spread, the further you can hit people at distance, and that is what the shotgun's choke does. It increases bullet speed and reduces the spread of the buckshot so you can hit targets further away. So when using a shotgun, you have to take into consideration the weapon spread and the shot spread as well. Well guys, that is it for this video on weapon attachments. It can get complicated at times, but a good rule of thumb for any weapon is suppressors at longer ranges and slower firing, compensators for shorter ranges and quicker firing, and throw your muzzle flashes in the closest river because it's fairly useless. And for assault rifles, because you can burst fire quickly, a compensator can be a better choice over the suppressor, but it's only worth it over the suppressor if you're confident on getting the kill, as you will give away your position. But I hope this guide helps you understand exactly what the differences between the attachments are for muzzles, and helped you decide what to equip on what weapon when you are looting in the game. Well guys, that is it for this video. A fairly long video, but hopefully it has helped you out. I'm going to continue to make more similar videos like this one, useful guides for you guys in the game. Anyway, as always, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Be sure to leave a like below, guys. The support is greatly appreciated on the channel, so that would be really awesome. Subscribe if you're new around for similar videos to this one, and I will catch you guys next time with a brand new video. Peace out.